No, the music's always too loud. It's just fucking how it goes. Hold on. Okay, we're gonna turn the music way down. Hopefully that'll be better. Are we all doing good tonight? Are we all doing okay? I want to apologize because there has been a distinct lack of streams on this channel lately, and I feel bad. I've been busy. I've been preoccupied. I've been doing shit, you know? Music is still much louder than fucking it never works. Okay, hold on. Okay. I swear I can never fucking get the audio right. It sucks. It just fucking sucks, man. It's awful. Hello, Amelia?
Hi, how's it going?
Okay, chat, does Amelia sound good compared to me? Actually, I can turn her up a touch.
I don't know if I ever sound good. I always just sound nasally.
No, you sound good. I'm
Oh,
just
thank
asking them about, because I have to make sure my audio levels are all right. I need to make sure that that you're not, way quieter than me. That's usually the problem. But it looks like this time she's a bit loud. Okay, one person saying she's louder than me. Oh, you know what? I just have to turn my mic up is the problem. I didn't have mine on full blast. That was the problem.
You look great today, by the way.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm like, one of the things, when I got my hair done, they're like, oh, like the amount of time. So, okay, this is my actual hair for once. This is like the first time I've done a stream with my actual hair because, like, as you all have noticed, I normally stream with a wig. But on Sunday, I was like, okay, I have to do something about this because I'm tired of, like, not liking the way my hair looks. So I went into a salon and got a keratin treatment, which is this, like, chemical treatment that is supposed to make your hair really shiny. And, like, I feel like mine's pretty shiny if you look in.
Hey, yours looks really good.
But the other thing it does is it straightens out your hair. And they were like, okay, well, your hair texture is really curly, so it's not going to last quite as long for you as it does for a lot of other girls. And the key factor that will determine this is how often you wash it, right? So they're like, the more you wash your hair, the faster it will wear off. Now, the problem is that the keratin treatment costs $300. So making it last longer can save potentially quite a bit of money. So I normally wash my hair twice a week. Now I'm doing once a week, and it's currently on the last day before I wash it. So I guess if this is the most raggedy it's gonna look, I can be okay with that. I think I can be fine with that.
Yeah, you look great, honestly.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I also have I got my eyebrows done in between the last stream and this one, which I think has helped me out a lot. Okay, enough dicking around and talking about how good I look. We need to get the game up and running. We need to make sure our setup is functioning properly. Oh god, I have to remember my Steam password. Who do they think I am?
Who do you think you are? I am.
Oh, that's a classic.
Okay,
hold on.
I should probably go to a salon sometime when
God
it's pricey.
damn it. Oh, okay. Gotta reset my Steam password again.
Is it not 1234? It's not password.
Steam, like, never makes me sign in except when they do. Wait a minute. Do I... Thank you to Beryl Morgan, who donated $5 Canadian and says, towards the next keratin treatment, queen. Thank you, Beryl. Okay. While I'm figuring this out, Amelia, how has your day been going?
It's been good. It's E3. For those who don't know, I work a little bit
E3.
as a games journalist, and I'm also just a gamer in general. Um, Today was Ubisoft followed by Devolver Digital, which is the most unintentionally funny conference followed by the most intentionally funny conference.
Oh, Ubisoft is always so unintentionally funny. They suck so bad.
Like like I'm thinking about the cycle of like cringe culture is dead, and then you see something that makes you think cringe culture is alive.
Yes.
Ubisoft.
Literally every time someone says the words cringe culture is dead, someone else has to do something extra cringy just to make you doubt the validity of that statement.
Yeah, that's basically Ubisoft. There wasn't even like a particularly egregious example this year, except for kind of parading their CEO out at the end after all the shit that happened last October. But
oh yeah, because he was like he had what's it called? Like it was like a sexual harassment scandal, right?
yeah, so basically, I think it was one in four Ubisoft members either had been sexually harassed or were aware of some sexual harassment going on at the company, which is a very low number.
Yeah.
And so he and other higher ups were obviously complicit in keeping that prolonged, but also like covering it up. And I don't think any action has really been taken to dispose of them or move members on the board around. So yeah, don't buy Ubisoft games.
Don't buy Ubisoft. No more Ass Creed. Society has progressed past the need for Ass Creed.
No more Tom Clancy games. There are so many Tom Clancy games.
There's so much Tom Clancy.
They're making one with aliens in them, and I'm like, did Tom Clancy ever write about aliens? What?
Hold on, 1 sec. I think the light is casting some shadows on my face. I'm gonna have to adjust that in a minute.
Can I get the stream in?
Oh yes, I'm sorry about that. Let me just Okay, so now the question is the game too loud relative to my voice, and is the game too loud relative to Amelia's voice? Chat, I need you to weigh in on this. Amelia, what did you have for breakfast this morning?
I had French toast and strawberries.
Ooh, that sounds so good. I haven't had French toast in so long.
Yeah, it was really good. These are the benefits of having 5 roommates.
Oh, fuck, my nail just broke clean off.
Oh, no.
I'll have to fix that later.
A clip-on, I hope, and not, like, an actual nail.
No, my actual... Here. Yeah, see, the top of the nail just got... Hold on.
Oh, no.
Back to the face cam. It's very unfortunate. I was, like, growing it out. Thankfully, most of the nail is still intact, so I still have a little bit of length on it, but...
You can clip it a little bit at least.
Yeah, I can just clip off the top of it. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Being femme is so hard, you know?
I understand a lot. I understand. I feel like there's a lot of different bad things I could say in response to that, so I'll say nothing.
I was just gonna joke, like, I could try being butch, but spent the first, 25 years of my life doing that, and I don't think it was a particularly good look for me, so...
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, before we play the actual game, outfit check! You know what this look is, folks? This is unrestrained summer fun. Okay, Amelia, I'm sorry if you said anything because I didn't have my earbuds in.
No, I don't think I did.
Okay,
or
cool.
We did it only at like the tail end of what you're talking.
Alright, I also have to make sure that this person I'm messaging on this dating app is not trying to, like, set up a thing for me. Or set up a thing with me. Would not want to wait too long between responses.
Chat says, gotta put on makeup or my dysphoria tries to kill me. I have to learn how to. I'm sure once I learn how to do makeup properly, that's gonna become true of me. Right now, I'm not like very good at it, so like. Kind of hit or miss.
It's honestly, Amelia, it's a whole process. It is a whole fucking process. Okay, do I want to say anything? You know what? I will answer this person after when we at a later time when I am actually able to think. I'm down bad, Amelia. Down horrendous.
Down bad? Oh my god, do you have a crush?
I've become I'm the Prime Minister of the Islamic Republic of Down Badistan.
Oh, hi, Fiery. Fiery's in chat. You're a friend of mine.
Ah, hello. Okay, what the fuck were we doing last time I checked? So, Mr. Wright, what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. Well, let's see. What is going on? Detective Bruce Goodman was stabbed to death 5 p.m. on the 21st. Also, I don't have like I don't have like a big crush on a specific girl. I'm just like kind of lonely right now, you know? Like it's been a long time since I've gone on a date and I kind of miss it.
I see. That makes sense.
Yeah. It's like, I miss the rituals, you know? The intricate rituals.
The Olive Garden.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you went to an Olive Garden with your GF when you were visiting her.
I did. I went to Olive Garden and Chili's and Red Rock.
Oh my god, you did like a tour of the fucking suburban chain restaurants.
Exactly. Only the Olive Garden was intentional. The other ones we went to because the weather was really bad and we couldn't drive.
Damn.
But it was still very romantic.
I'm glad you had a good time. I feel like even like a shitty chain restaurant could be okay if you're with someone you love, you know?
I think I literally could have eaten any food.
You
I would have been happy.
You could have. Okay, for those of you in chat who are not following at Divine Noodles on Twitter.com,
oh no, you're gonna expose my...
She has a girlfriend. I forget what her username. It's Michi. Is it Nico Mints?
Yeah.
Is that her?
Her main art account is at Nico Mints with 2 Ks.
Oh, Nico Mints. Excuse me.
Her side account where she ran more often is Michi Mints. I-C-H-I Mints.
Yes. So, her girlfriend is a big Bandori artist. And they've been long distance for a while, and Amelia just went out to visit her, like, last week? No, the week before that. Sorry.
It was right before Memorial Day.
Yes. Never trust anyone's eyes but your... Exactly. You can't trust the police. Come on. This is basic shit. That's like the first thing you learn when you watch a true crime show. You can't trust the police. Because normally the only reason why, like, serial killers get away with killing people for so long is because the police fucked something up. Press enter to spray it. Okay, let's find us some bloodstains.
That reminds me of something that you're gonna yell at me for as I offer the start of the context. But I was starting Danganronpa with Michi, my girlfriend.
Okay.
There's a line where the villain of that game is like, "Oh, the cops can't help you. They're just a bunch of like useless, lazy losers." And I was like, "Wow, ACAB."
Danganronpa says ACAB. Sure. Voice chat is Amelia, aka Divine Noodles, who is a good friend of mine and also the author of a ridiculously long Bandori fanfic, amongst several others. She also has some very good review Starlight fic.
Thank you. I can't believe that this is my legacy right now. I need to write OC stuff. I don't mind being remembered for fanfiction, but I want the original characters to get out into the world too, you know?
Okay, sorry. I need to adjust my light. This is bothering me. One sec.
cab except Gumshoe. Yeah, pretty much. That reminds me, chat, if anybody's familiar with Final Fantasy IX, of somebody who when playing that game named Steiner, like a pig or something like that. If you're familiar with him and Final Fantasy IX.
Hopefully, my eyes will look better now. We'll see. Gotta stop fucking around with my hair. I'm just like very self-conscious about my forehead, you know? I've got like the Sakura 5 head, so I have to like try. I considered asking them to give me bangs, but like I was like so struck by like my new hair when they finished the keratin treatment. I was just like, oh no, don't touch it. This is perfect. This is amazing. This is the best things I've ever seen.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, do you know which what's the answer to this? I'm not actually sure.
Man of Blood, I believe.
All right, let's check this out. I have to like pay attention to this case again and not just talk about gay shit.
This is a good case.
You have bang dreams. Perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood? Definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe. If they'd fought here, they'd have to have been more blood than this. Hey, Mr. Wright, I'm gonna mark up the floor plans when we find a bloodstain. Okay, seems reasonable. I'm pretty handy to have around. Yes, Emma, I appreciate your assistance quite a bit. Saved up my allowance to buy that. Can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case. Yep, as I have seen.
To answer chat, yes, this is Rise from the Ashes. The one, the only.
Oh my god. This woman.
Are you okay, Min? Do you need me to administer CPR?
Why?
Because last time we were playing this, you were.
Oh yeah.
What's the word?
Thirsting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have been thirsting for some animated women lately. There's been quite a bit of that. No, it's mine. Okay. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from the security room right there, but I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough. Yeah, of course. You lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable. Also a federal crime. I don't know why you're not in jail right now. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Skye stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. Well, some of it does. I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman. I half expected her to say her honor as a lunch lady, but whatever.
I'm pretty sure she holds those jobs in similar esteem, honestly.
I mean, I hold selling lunchboxes in much higher esteem than investigating crimes, IMO, but, you know. Coughed it up. They confessed. They babbled like babies. Oh, so she was, like, known for interrogating people. She can be your angel or your devil. Every day I dragged the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect, and before long they called me the Cough-Up Queen. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches. And you were let go, or fired? Felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator, and if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. I know, some of those bentos do look pretty good. Because of the SL9 oh boy, we've got another case number.
There's one every game. Or in this case, 2.
Well, I think you mentioned before that 1-5 is like a game in and of itself, so...
Yeah, pretty much, honestly. It's an adventure.
Damn it. Yes? You said you wanted some hot... Oh, she... already did this one. Okay, maybe we can go somewhere else. Perhaps the detention center. Looks like Miss Sky is still in questioning. Hope the detectives aren't yelling at her. How did you kill him in 2 places at the same time? Can you imagine? Oh, right, that's what this case is about. I remember this now. Okay, let's go to the Criminal Affairs Department, see if there's anything we can do there. There was a vicious murder of a detective down at the police department. But the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot. Well, first things first, let's go check out the police department crime scene. Oh, right. That is where we are actually near the crime scene now.
I think you can go back to the parking garage at some point to... You might want to spray more luminol around it. I can't remember if there's anything around there. It's been a hot minute.
We're both, this is fresh to both of us. In a way.
I feel like I remember a good amount about the first game, at least. The first 3.
Okay.
After that, a little less.
It gets, like, a little fuzzy. People on my Tumblr were, like, fiercely debating, what's the word I'm looking for? Which games are good and what are, like, the worst games in the series? Like, there's less disagreement on what the best games are than what the worst games are, if that makes sense.
I see.
Like, some people... Sorry,
go
on.
Ahead. I think all the Ace Attorney games are at least good. Like, I'd say, like, my personal least favorite is the first Investigations, but even then, it's, like, still, like, really good. It's still good, it's just not, like, as good as, like, the others.
Oh, boy, I know who this one is. Who's gonna be here?
I wonder.
Gee, who... The cacti? How do you even keep a cacti that big alive up here? Okay.
Cacti are pretty self-sufficient, you know.
That's true. I mean, it's not like there's... Yeah.
It's just a really giant succulent.
Yeah, exactly. Christ. Okay. I wonder if there's anything I can gather here of importance, but who knows. These cacti are a lot like my sister. Encased in a cold, rigid shell with spines pointing in every direction, just like her. I'm not so sure I see the resemblance.
This is just reminding me of the Undertale line that's like, the cactus, the tsundere of plants.
It's fucking Undertale, man.
I love Undertale.
I know you do, Amelia. I know you do.
I feel like every month, we come precariously close to having the same argument about Undertale.
So close.
Even though we both know how it's gonna go beat for beat.
It's hilarious because we've already settled it multiple times. Like, we've come to the conclusion. Sure. Okay, back to the entrance. Where do we have to go? Maybe back to the parking lot.
Yeah, let's check out.
I'm going to... Is there anything of interest here? Doors mean anything. Okay, we already did that one. I guess I can try spraying luminol places. See if that...
Yes.
I'll just, where would be maybe around here? Damn it. Hair in my eyes now. Doesn't look like over here. Because it said, okay. Doesn't look like there's more blood for me to find, at least not from what I can see. Maybe there's some on this step ladder.
Try the ground?
Read the FAQ. When will the next when posting goes wrong be up? It'll be up as soon as I stop getting fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? The next when posting will goes wrong will go up as soon as I hear back from Candace.
I was about to ask who that is, but I felt like it was a trap.
How do you know it's a trap?
Because I know you.
How are you supposed to know that until you ask who Candace is?
Because I know you. I know how you operate. I know how much you fish for the DN jokes.
Who's Candace? Candace dick fit in your mouth?
Got him.
Okay. Why do we keep thinking about Gumshoe? Oh, wait. I already did this. Okay. Candace dies. Thanks, chat. But no, there's no more when posting goes wrong. I don't like making it anymore. Okay, we gotta...
There'll be more when posting goes wrong when Mother 3 gets localized and comes out in America.
Exactly! Thank you, Amelia. I watched the Super Eye Patch Wolf video on that, and,
Yep. What about it?
Hold on. Oh, it was really good. But
yeah.
he mentioned a reason. I'm not gonna say it here because it'll get me fucking demonetized. But a pretty good reason why that hasn't been brought to the West, unfortunately.
Yeah, the scene in question is honestly like 2 or 3 text boxes that I feel like could over a black screen that I feel like could be edited like really, really easily if they just wanted to censor it. Like
one would think.
Yeah, so I think there are other more extenuating reasons. The main one at this point being it's a 15-year-old Game Boy Advance game that
yes.
they have no incentive to localize unless they take the free fan translation, which would open up legal issues, maybe? I don't know.
Well, they have the incentive because it has a massive fan base, but I guess they've done the calculus and decided that it's not worth it.
I think what might happen at some point, I don't know if it will, but I think the greatest possibility of anything happening is if Mother 3 and maybe the other games in the trilogy get some sort of like remake or restyling, and that gives them incentive to be like, okay, if they're re-releasing Mother 3 in Japan, we might as well just use the opportunity to release it in the West, because like they just did that with Maybe Detective, for example, and that was the pretty text-heavy game, though not nearly as text-heavy.
The SL9 instant, it's written on... Right! I forgot that that's what we were doing. I had to look up the game FAQ. Thank you for buying time by talking about Mother 3. Okay.
No worries. I did like the Super Eye Patch Wolf video, though I could tell I was like a huge fan of Mother 3 because I was needlessly bothered by a few like fudging of details towards the end and like other things. I was like, he didn't mention the most emotionally devastating part of the final battle, which I might mention to you later, just because like I'm gonna start crying if I think about it.
You're literally going to burst into tears. You're going to be screaming and crying.
Yeah, that's me anytime I think about Mother 3. He also didn't talk about Chapter 6, which anybody who's played the game knows that's just... Oh, you hold left for 5 minutes and your spirit dies.
It's due to the transferal the very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected, SL9 isn't over. Not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? And then she doesn't! Present the victim's note. The broken knife is the murder weapon. She won't cough up. Present... Ugh, Jesus Christ. This is so obtuse. I'm just gonna use the guide rather than dick around anymore. Had one of these up until 2 years ago, back when you were the cough-up queen. We found this ID card here in the parking lot. Well, there's no mistaking that. It's definitely Goodman's, but it's the same ID as the man who was killed at the police department. But that's impossible.
I do encourage you to use the guide as little as possible to help too, but if you have to use it.
I try to avoid... Okay, maybe I'll just keep showing her various pieces of evidence. Oh, a body with Edgeworth's knife stuck in it was found in Edgeworth's car. I think he owes me his gratitude. Gratitude? Why, if I hadn't witnessed the crime, Mr. Edgeworth would have been the suspect. Oh, poor Edgeworth. Could be worse, though. Still, it's strange. Why didn't our chief prosecutor have her own murder weapon ready? Yeah, why didn't she? Almost like she didn't kill the dude. Okay. I dislike how long the dialogue is for showing her evidence that, she can't make anything of. Okay. Now can she... No. Okay, maybe this one? Was when I grabbed the chief prosecutor on the shoulder. Oh, here we go. She dropped that phone on the pavement. That's when you heard her talking about the muffler, right? Little did I know it was a trap. The red car's muffler and the prosecutor's red muffler. What was Miss Skye really trying to say, I wonder? Very mysterious. Maybe this? No. This is like when the music cuts out, or the music keeps playing. Ugh, God damn it. What do I need to do to you? Oh, now I can... I tried presenting the crime... Oh, this... Jesus Christ. Went straight to the scene of the crime. I rushed towards the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murderer. That's when I took this photo. Min struggle streams. This is... Yes, this is Minerva P. Kelly struggle posts. Transbians posting their L's online.
I'm not posting any else here. I've already talked about how much I love my girlfriend. Like, that's only wins for me.
Minerva posting her L's online, Kelly.
I am the obnoxious girlfriend haver, aren't I?
You know what? I actually love that for you.
Oh, thank you.
You know what? I think everyone deserves, because like, is she like your first girlfriend?
First, like, serious girlfriend, I would say.
First serious girlfriend. Yeah, I think everyone deserves to be obnoxious about, like, at the very least, their first serious girlfriend. That is a rite of passage. 2 years ago, it was the biggest case I'd ever handled. Okay, we're figuring out SL9 now. Police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. I love how her outfit is the same even when she was a detective. So they didn't solve it. On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was they never did find decisive evidence, not a shred. But the criminal was executed, right? On the basis of evidence of a sort. Made up evidence. Oh, a scandal. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job. Ah, so that's why Marshall got demoted. She got fired. And then Goodman, who was the last guy, just got fucking murked. Now it's coming together. I meant Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined, and then it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten... Don't forget SL9. There was another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Those lunches you sell. There's only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends, boyfriends that can help me investigate. How many does she have anyway? Polly Queen. Just when all the detectives on SL9 have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be a connection. So, rookie, it seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Then you should take this. A Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Thank you, Angel. Salisbury steak does sound good. I don't think I haven't had it, but it just sounds good from what I've heard.
Same, honestly. I don't know what Salisbury steak even is.
I got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous, and he was nice to me back then. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective, but now he's so cold. It's that cool cowboy vibe. Merely cooperating on this investigation, we're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. Officer Jake Marshall. Okay. Maybe Marshall will be at the guard station. Hey! Oh, it's you. There's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland. I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. If you look closely, you can see the exact moment his heart tears in half. We've caught our criminal. Now we just need evidence. The criminal, you mean? You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, right, pal? Right, pal. My fucking read was off. But yes, I figured that out now. There was a suspect, just arrested him, in fact. It's the biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. But who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch pronto. Standing around here talking isn't going to fill my belly. Wait, don't leave. If you want to know more, head on down to the detention center, pal. Hold on, ha! There we go. Okay. Ran off to the evidence room. Well, this investigation is off to a running start. Okay. Back to the guard station. Oh.
I think you have to go to the detention center first. I forgot that this case literally has so many places you can go that you can't access them all at the same time.
This is complicated. Why'd you have to go and make things so complicated? Ween? What was that? Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator? I'd say I was the perpetrated against, sir. That's what I'd say. Oh, this guy. Greetings, sir. Wait, I know who you are. But is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? Oh, yes. Meekins. I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman, like a little lost lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report? No, sir, how should I say this? Wait, is he... You, Officer Meekins, you don't... Did you... Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir! I love how chat is, in love with Meekins. I swear to God.
Meekins is a good lad. He intends nothing wrong, ever.
Just a nice boy. Guard station in front of the room was empty. So normally there's a guard at the evidence room. That's right, because evidence is kept in the evidence room. Now the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person. Yow! What is this guy? This is camp. Honestly, Ace Attorney is just camp in general. I think yeah. I feel pretty comfortable saying that.
Meekins at the Met Gala.
Just look at how everyone dresses, for Christ's sake. A bandage on his hand, just like Miss Sky. Yet another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office. First things first, tell us how you hurt. I love how no one has even tried to explain how the same dude got murdered twice. About your hand, did that happen during the course of the crime? Well, you see, sir, don't you think you should just confess? But but there was nothing I could do. Sir, to tell the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. The next thing you knew, you were, huh? Then when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir, all alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. Interesting. Some story, okay. I'm starting to kind of think where this is going. Kinda.
You kinda, yeah.
I need like a little... I think I'm starting to get a bit of a sense for this. Don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir. If you have to label me as perpetrator or victim, sir, then label me victim. I would, but you happen to be in detention. Well, that's true. I suppose you could say that. Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman? If I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side. So, you didn't know him? Sir, I work in a tiny department devoid of light or other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives. So if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. At least someone around here is more confused than I am.
The fact that I can't dress like characters in Ace Attorney in real law has made me actually reconsider law school. Honestly, I don't blame you. Like, but you need to revolutionize this. You need to go to court in the bright blue blazer with everything in place. You need to revolutionize the court system from the ground up.
I would definitely support more lawyers wearing like kind of like ridiculous fashions in court. I think it would make things a lot more interesting.
Where are the cravats? The cravats.
Let's get some cravats. Yes. Let's see if there's anything else I can show to this man.
Oh no, that's just gonna get Min up in arms over the Phoenix Wright Elwoods comparisons again.
Jesus Christ. Okay. But yes, Elwoods is a good example of that. More people dressing like Elwoods in court. Okay. Damn it.
I'm gonna go grab food. I'll be right back.
Go right ahead. I'm just cycling through evidence.
Okay.
Wonder if there's anything else I can show to this motherfucker. I don't think there is, unfortunately. Don't think there is. Let's see here. Going to go police department entrance. Oh, wait. Criminal affairs department. No, wait. Entrance. Fucking guard station? Damn it. Okay. Okay. There we go. Do you think you could take a look at this? That's it, sir, that's it. What? My head was a blank until this very moment. But sir, now I remember. I remember, sir. You mean you remember what happened? Correct, that card was the cause of it all. This ID card? Exactly, sir, that's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir, nothing. Better pry into this one a little deeper. Yes, crime details. Can you tell me what it is you do remember? Well, sir, you might say I'm a lost little patrolman, a lost little lamb, if you will. You already used that line. That's right, sir, that's what I've been trying to tell you. So you asked Goodman to show his ID card. Suddenly, he pointed a knife at me. What? I assure you, I was as flustered as you are right now, so I whooped and leapt at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him? Do unto others before they do unto you. My father's words, sir. It's, that's the, my default Pokemon strategy. The best defense is a high speed stat. If you one-shot them first, it doesn't matter how strong they are. My eyes, sir, everything went white. When I awoke, I was here. Right. So, Officer Meekins, why was it that they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman, and the victim, whom he met at the scene of the crime, didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir. That's what I wanted to say. That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here? They told me that it had to be him on that day at that time. Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly. No, but the videotape is quite clear. Oh, there's a videotape. Oh boy, this ought to be good. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. Hand in your badge and gun. Do I have to present more evidence to this fucker? The knife, parking stub. Can't think of another thing I would show him. I'm gonna try going elsewhere and see if I can get away with that. Yes! Okay. Police Chief Gant, excuse me. You know what it means if there's anything missing? Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. There's heat cushions, I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you can call me right away, deal? Yes, sir, we'll scour the place again, sir. Chief of Detectives looks a little flustered. Righto, my boy, how you been? Swim much? Oh, Chief Gant, reporting for duty, sir. Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? Good question. What is this music? Oh, Worthy, you know, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him. Sounds like an inquisition. Yep, well, they had no end of trouble with the boy since last year. Doesn't look good having a top prosecutor sit at the defendant's seat, does it? And you got someone else found guilty in that case, right, righto? Annoying orange reel? Von Karma. Cursed front-facing Von Karma. Legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court, you fixed it, so he was caught for forging evidence. Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of turmoil, you might say. Why, they'd do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy. It's downright odd, I tell you, the detective getting killed on their own turf, I mean. Yes, highly suspicious. Wait, did my makeup get fucked up while I was drinking? It's fine. It's fine. I need to stop fussing with it. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. What evidence is that? Can't just give away all our secrets like that. This in particular, well, it's a little sensitive, and I can't talk about it. You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets, can't stand them. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the chief of detectives' traps shut. He was the... Oh, hello, welcome back, Amelia.
Hello.
Talking to Gant right now, marveling at this ridiculous music they have going on for him.
His theme is very... we were talking about camp earlier. It's about as camp as it gets, honestly.
It's very silly. Alright, let's just start presenting shit to him. Through with that stuff. Through, I say. Go find... Okay, so... does he mean Gumshoe? Or the dancing blue badger? Okay, Alright, I will try to see if I can talk to anyone else. Can I go to the guard station? No, I have to... Okay, what can I present to you? How about this? Come on. There has to be something. Damn it. Press the wrong button. Okay.
Did you do the ID yet?
I did the ID. Hold on. Wait a minute. Am I in the right spot? Yeah, okay. Bit of a diva. Also mentions phone crime. Oh, okay. Wait, fuck. Have to examine. What exactly did the chief police want you to do? We'll see over there, that's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. They took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can. So nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here. Of course not. Well, except for this. You kept something? Sure, why not? It's not important. He didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete. A lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something? February 21st. Better make a note of that. Okay. Should really get back to investigating the police department crimes. Okay, there we go. Gotta get back into the cycle of remembering, like, the various options I have to advance the plot. Oh, God. Okay, can we go back to the... Wait, I thought he said... No, to the detention center. God, okay. My brain just doesn't work. Wait, this doesn't do anything either. So, where the fuck am I supposed to go? Hold on. Evidence room, guard room. Oh, okay, okay. Sorry, folks, head empty. Bimbofication is going very well. Looks like there's a video feed from the... Oh, a video feed. Recording. Bet we could use this computer to check on who went in and out of there. Interesting. The lasso. Looks like it's set up to trap something. Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here, but the lasso missed. I mean, it'd probably be more effective at that than whatever it's actually being used for, if we're being honest. This swinging door makes the place look like some kind of saloon. But look, it's nailed shut. You can't get in that way. The cactus would fall over.
What if the lasso is being used for roleplay? Then it would be really effective, wouldn't it?
Yes, Amelia. That's not what I was thinking, but sure.
Having to provide other trains of thought. You know me.
Greatly appreciated. Sorry, I have so little patience right now. I don't know why. Didn't we already... Thought... Okay, there has to be... Examine... Wait. Head back to the evidence guard room. Damn it. I hate the investigation sections, honestly. There's just... Okay.
I feel like 1-5 is like a little more obtuse than some of the other ones.
Oh, come the fuck. Wait. Wait. Fuck. Okay. Oh, I'm a... Okay. Okay. 221, Bruce Goodman, item 5, and then not a 9. Wait a minute. It's SL92.
Take a look again at the line that he was writing the number and what it was for.
Wait a minute. Status report, nothing. So it's just a 5. He was considering writing 5-9 and then didn't. I know I'm missing something. What am I missing? Jesus Christ.
I don't think you need to worry about what's going on too much for right now.
I'm gonna become the Joker. Well, I never thought the day would come when Wright asked me for help. Wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. I honestly can't tell if I'm stupid or if, like, what's the word? Sir, can I borrow $50? I'd give them $50, no problem. So go on ahead. Investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out. I can borrow this. This is a detective's ID card, isn't it? That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it. Yes, sir. It's an honor. Just run along and do your best now. Later, folks. Excellent. Looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID. Emma's got some lanyard energy right now. Emma would be a lanyard, if we're being honest.
I know what you mean, but like the phrasing of implying that she would herself would be a lanyard is really fun to me.
Yeah, you you know what I mean. Card reader is turned off, see? What is that security guard thinking? Howdy, partners! Well, well, what's made my Bambina's skies so gray? Ah, yes, this fucking guy. Why does it have to be him? As you may have surmised, this here's my saloon. Yeehaw, that card you got there on your chest, that's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts. Well, what you standing there for? Get along, little doggies, the crime scene's awaiting. Looks like the card reader's on again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you hombres. You're busy then? Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. I mean, we can try. I was wondering if I could talk to you. But I'm off to roam the lands like a tumbleweed on the wide prairie. Like a gunslinger loading his six-shooter, I say a little prayer. What the hell? I think he was just too hungry to talk. Oh! Well, that makes my life easier.
God.
Sorry?
I forgot that was supposed to be a stomach god.
It doesn't really sound like a stomach growling. No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Yeah, Miss Star. What's this? What's wrong? A filet steak lunch? I see. I don't see. All right, Bambina, you win. Ask anything. Damn it. Come on. Reminds me of Texas. I love, what are you saying about, like, going to Texas and finding out that all of the Texas stereotypes are correct?
Yep, 100%. Because, if Chad doesn't know, my girlfriend lives in Texas, so that's where I was visiting her. And let me tell you, Texas is Texas. Like, we were in one restaurant, which was first of all, a chain restaurant. So, like, this was not, like, a one-time thing. It was part restaurant, part convenience store. And so, like, on one side you could order barbecue, and on the other you could pick up, like, beer or whatever else you wanted for TVs. When you were in line for the fast food, they had, like, cold beers ready to go that you could just pop the cap off of and start drinking in line before you got to the cashier.
That's innovation, man. No, go on.
Okay. And the non-spicy barbecue sauce insulted you for choosing to get the non-spicy barbecue sauce.
Amelia, did you order the sissy sauce?
That is literally what it was called. And Min replied to that post with, like, there are so many jokes I could make here, but I don't think I will. I think that
I had to try so hard not to say anything about the sissy sauce.
That was the smartest restraint you've ever put yourself under.
That is the most restraint I have ever exercised. Anyway. Sorry, you were saying?
That's probably the most Texas experience I had. Though, in general, they're just lots of meat, carbs, and portions.
I mean, that sounds pretty good, honestly.
Yeah. There was one cafe we went to where, like, all the waitresses were in miniskirts, and I was kind of like, is this a Texas thing?
No, that's just like a restaurant. That's just, you know. There are those, they have those everywhere.
Me and Michi did joke about going to Hooters one night.
Sissy sauce spelled with a C. I was going to say I wanted to order the sissy sauce, but you know, if it's gonna have a C in it, nah, not for me.
Damn it, man.
Damn it! See, I had to exercise so much restraint for nothing. Alright.
You're like, I didn't get anything from restraining.
And then I just cracked anyway.
I feel the opposite of that when I'm thinking of, like, tweets or something, I'm like, should I tweet that? No. And I always forget what I even meant to tweet, like 5 minutes later, and it's like,
oh, yeah.
I didn't lose anything morally from that.
Like I'm about to, like, stewed cauliflower with my steaks. Easiest ones to understand are these here security cameras. Okay. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours, and Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman are the ones on those tapes. Reckon they might be. One more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. The card reader leaves a record of every ID card that passes through. Ah, seen that somewhere before. Can't show you any more than that. Huh? I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet. Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before. Maybe there's some way I can prove that record is tied to the stabbing. Probably. We only keep evidence from solved cases in this room. Sussy sauce!
Oh, no.
Kept here under the presiding detective supervision for 2 years, can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake. So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault at the county sheriff's department. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February. Ah. Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever. Dead. Never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. And that happened to SL9 2 days ago. Interesting. This is the victim's ID card. The one that was on the ground in the parking lot. The number on this is 5842189. Officer Marshall, show us that ID card record again. 42189, there it is. Look, the fourth number, it's a perfect match. It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world. So, when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. Or, someone with his ID was. Perhaps. Just throwing that out there. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing, suddenly he pointed a knife at me. If he had his ID card, then why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins? Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record. Beautiful. Got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with IDs here. Okay, this is... Within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. Just trying to remember that number. Okay, now the question is, will it let me get into the evidence room? Yes! Excellent. Quiet, the investigation must be over here. This is the evidence room. It really is kind of like a graveyard. Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels like a morgue. Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me. Emma, you are such a silly individual. What? Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. Righto, please, do I look like a selfish man? Oh, right. Yeah, it's true. So, Chief of Police Gant will loan anyone $50, even me? Boss for a day. But guess what? You got permission from the chief, so now you're boss for a day. First of all, you'll want to have this. Evidence room floor plans. Nice. Okay. Let's, get some info. That's right, it's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department. But if you're boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings? They're using yesterday's findings to prepare for tomorrow's trial. In other words, you got kicked out of the investigation again. No, you get to be your own boss. Don't need underlings. Going to take control and put this case to rest. My own evidence locker, pal. You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe? Of course, I'm a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open. Only you can open. Ah, so Goodman probably had a locker too, which is probably locked with the ID cards. Okay. Slowly coming together. They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today. I guess this is what you call fate. Unmei no hito. This person. The SL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case. Gumshoe, gatekeep, gaslight. Shut up.
This would never do any of those things.
No, Gumshoe's the exact opposite of that meme. Yes, using the ID cards. Okay. On my third ID card already. Oh, you mean your fingerprint? Yeah, exactly, pal. The lock for each locker is coded with a fingerprint. So the only locker we can open is our own. Ah. The handles? On the other side of the handles is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it, you get a shock. Interesting. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force who don't know about the fingertip print locks. Okay, so that means that in order to get any evidence from the room, the person there would have either needed to be Goodman, Or could have had Goodman's body and ID card with them, so long as they themselves were a detective and therefore knew about the lockers. We've got some possibilities opening up to us for future investigations.
You're using your thinking hat.
I'm putting my thinking hat on. Police department lacks faith in its lock system. After all, Detective Goodman was stabbed here after opening his locker. But at the same time, he was found dead over at the prosecutor's office. Could you take a look at this? This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. Whoa! What? The second number. It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth. What? Second number on the list is Edgeworth. Oh shit, Edgeworth is involved again.
Edgeworth can't catch a break ever.
Edgeworth.
Homophobia.
No, it's aphobia, Amelia.
Edgephobia?
Mark is right. He's asexual. The entire police department is on the AFO block list. Okay. So he was in there at 4:40. That doesn't bode well. Let's just start showing Gumshoe some other shit. No, nothing of use there. Bet Edgeworth was the most surprised of anyone because of the SL9 connection. That was Mr. Edgeworth's first big case, you know. Interesting. Police department DNI. Yes, exactly. That was the first time the world knew Edgeworth was a man to be feared. Why would evidence from that case turn up now? Maybe there are some loose ends left on that case. Being Edgeworth is like being Maguka. Being Maguka is suffering. Being Maguka is suffering and is also gay. God damn. These days everything's cards and secret numbers. I can never relax. It's only because you always lose your card. I always forget my secret number too. Scary, huh? My face should be ID enough. What's the world coming to? Rebel against the system. Okay, we have to... Let's, spray some luminol. No. Do I have to... Oh, wait, I have to go to examine first, and then... Okay, can we slide to the right? Slide to the left. Crisscross. Okay.
Bing, bing.
Ding, ding, ding.
You gotta respray the same area a few times.
Gotcha. All right. Okay, so this is interesting. So we have a lot of blood in the evidence room, but very little blood. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, this is starting to come together now. Maybe Detective Goodman was an alien. Cha-cha, real smooth. If you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't have asked. Okay. Alright, let's examine everything.
I will confirm for you there is more luminol to look at.
Oh, okay. Thank you for the heads up.
Yes. I do remember luminol.
Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that? Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it. It's empty, they must have taken the contents elsewhere. That would make sense. A bloody handprint? That's suspicious. It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint there. Looks like someone tried to wipe it off. What if there are other bloodstains left in the room? We should, yes. Thank you. Thank you for mine. I'm gonna check the rest of the shit first. Someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces. There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of hooligan. That's apparently from the case. The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of the pieces there? Another piece of SL9 evidence. Yes, take a closer look. Good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. Why, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up. That's why I always carry around a tube of glue. Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. Oh, this is gonna be annoying. I can already tell. Okay, hold on. So it's...
This is one of those things where, like, on the DS it works fine, but I can't imagine it being good on a modern interface like this.
No, not at all. Okay, so we're looking for something with, like... Yeah, I would imagine this worked a lot better on the DS. Because they clearly just, like, wanted something, a fun, like, thing to show off, like, hey guys, you can touch the screen now, isn't that cool? Is it going, is it, okay. So it's not, would it be, maybe it's this, no? Wouldn't be like that, would it? No. Like blowing into the microphone port to blow away fingerprint. God, okay, fuck any DS game that made you blow into the microphone. That was so stupid. Because it was always like a puzzle you had to solve, and it's like so not obvious. Oh, there we go. Yes.
I remember.
Yes, I am fucking sub-posting Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks. Fight me.
I love Spirit Tracks. That's one of my favorite songs.
I mean, I liked it, but, it's, I don't know, I preferred... There was another one that came before it.
Phantom Hourglass?
Phantom Hour... I really liked Phantom Hourglass, actually.
But it's the opposite, whereas I was kind of like, Phantom Hourglass is fine, it's pretty good, and then I really like Spirit Tracks.
Interesting. Maybe if I, like, replayed them, I would have had a different take on it, you know? Because it's been a while. I feel like maybe I have a little more taste now. Or maybe I have less. That's actually a distinct possibility.
Many things are possible.
I mean, I like Ruby now, so if that means anything. Can't exactly be trusted on these matters. Maybe it is this side. It's kind of hard to, like, get a handle on it, you know? I don't think it's that piece. Don't think it's this one either. Hey, there we go! Nice! Okay, this is getting a little easier now. No. Maybe this one? Damn it. Meant to rotate that first. Oh, come on. I thought that made sense. Oh, there we go. Cool. Really? Okay. Damn it. Oh, there we go. Yeah! This feels wrong. It feels like it should be this. Would it be like this way? They do not properly convey the scale of that piece. Okay, we've got a thing. Huh? Well, I think we did it, but some of the pieces are missing. Yeah, I got that far in 2 minutes myself. The problem is finishing it. Were some pieces stolen? I bet they were missing to begin with. Still, it does look like the most stable kind of jar. I kind of understand how it got broken. Unstable jar. Okay, let's do some more examining whilst we are here. If you put these pieces together, it makes a jar. 2 things that bother me. 1, why are some of the pieces missing? 2, doesn't it seem a little unstable? No wonder it broke. I'll make sure to remember that next time I make a jar. Something tells me it's used for something else, but, you know, we'll get there when we get there. Detective Gumshoe. Oh, it has a tag on it. This one's SL911. Not gonna touch that one. Okay. Got some paint. True art has always been a war against oppression. True art? I noticed that there's blue and yellow paint here. Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the blue badger. This just raises more questions than answers. And dreams. Fun fact, that's actually what big boobs are filled with. Hopes and dreams. You there, Amelia?
I am. I heard that. That was very funny. I hope I have big hopes and dreams someday.
I hope I have big hopes and dreams as well. A car door. There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame. Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist. One of those human profiles for range testing. It's been shot square in the forehead. Better him than us. God. Okay, just make sure I've examined all there is to examine here. Big boobs are filled with hopes and dreams and sissy sauce. That's my personal pole. I never did get around to using it. Wait, I've seen that. So, it's the metal detector! The metal detector! Legendary! Oh, that was so funny. Big boobs are filled with dreams. Who am I to disagree? Alright, let's start spraying some more stuff. Yeah. Well, that's fairly obvious. What? What's the matter, detective? This locker, it's mine! Oh no! You have to help me when they come to take me away. Promise you'll testify that I wouldn't harm a fly. You'll do that for me, won't you, pals? I'm counting on you guys. Believe me, you can't trust the police. But you're a detective. Yeah, that's how he knows. I think that might be everything.
Hey, nope, there's at least one more thing you can spray with luminol. You can slide the screen over.
Oh, it's over here? Okay. I assume on the DS this was done by tapping.
And it was a lot better.
Yeah, I can imagine. Maybe I should have gotten the Switch version, because I think on the Switch you can use the touchpad.
Oops. Check the locker with the thing sticking out.
No, wait, oh! Sure, okay. Thank you for pointing that out, Amelia.
No,
There's no reason for the murderer to have touched the spot if he fled in the door. This just might be something significant. Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal. What, this? It's called luminol testing fluid. Like to get some too. I'll just borrow 50 bucks from the chief. I always buy it by mail order. Okay. I don't know if there's anything else we can show this dude. How about the rubber glove? Oh, he doesn't want to talk about the rubber glove. Can examine the tag on it. That's something. Never cared for the word tag. It's confusing. What's so confusing about that? Do you know, like, how many other words sound like that? Bag, gag, nag, lag, zag? Zag, is that a word? Do you challenge me? What, are we playing a word game now? Sure, okay. Do we already... Okay. Haven't covered that. Maybe we can examine the unstable, what did we decide this was?
It's a vase.
It does look like a vase, that's for sure.
Dancing out like a vase is very funny to me.
Can we rotate a Reno and find anything else? Doesn't look like it. I just want to make sure I'm covering all my bases here, because, you know, this game is like that. Unstable jar, that's what we're calling it. Even though it is very obviously a vase, like you said.
Jar, vase. Potato, potato.
Potato, potato. Okay, let's see if there's anything... Okay.
Someone in chat, isn't that an urn? I guess. There's... English has a lot of words for the same thing, basically.
Did we cover all our bases? Okay. Now I need to think. Wait. God, there's so much evidence in this case. Wait.
There's a lot. We're not even close to being
Oh,
done
come
with it.
on! You're a fucking police officer! You have an ID number! Whatever. Please spray the cactus with luminol. You know what? I don't have anything better to do. I'll spray the cactus with luminol. I don't give a shit. Oh yeah, an urn is specifically for ashes. What? What? That was an actual hint? This game, man. This room's pretty messy. Someone must have tripped over something and planted their head right in these spines? Think that might be more painful than being murdered. It's
I don't
pretty...
think that's an actual clue. I think it's just an Easter egg.
Oh. Okay. Didn't mean to press the screen grab button. What is it?
Did you present up?
Is it
Did you present?
Yeah,
something?
it's F12 to take a screenshot. I'm still not over Amelia, that video I sent you of the guy watching the boobs scene from Kizu Monogatari and taking a screenshot every second.
Such a you video, I swear to God.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately.
Someday I'll watch Monogatari so I can more firmly be like, this isn't for me.
We should watch it together so that I can laugh and you can cry. Back in the wild.
That's like a fair exchange to me.
I mean, it can be, I pretty much laid out my thoughts about it on Twitter. It alternates rapidly between, like, the best show you've ever seen and the worst. And so it's, like, very entertaining in that way. But it's, like, you know, you just have to know what you're getting into. Okay, I don't think he's going to be helpful. Oh! Nice, we can talk to him about SL9 now. That's what I was missing. Serial killing. The killer made a mistake and Mr. Edgeworth built his case around that to nab him. This was 2 years ago. That put Mr. Edgeworth right in the spotlight and started the rumor mill. Ah, so Edgeworth was working with forged evidence, he just wasn't the one who forged it. Detective Goodman was the detective in charge of the SL9 incident. So that switchblade knife. The victim took the knife out of the evidence locker himself. Hey, pal, look at the time. Was there something you need to go, It's just that Mr. Edgeworth's inquiry committee should be letting out soon. I'm going to go give them my report for the day. Might help you, you know. Report, you mean the note written on the back of the flyer? The one that says nothing but no problems? Hey, it's Mr. Edgeworth we're talking about. I'm sure he can use a report like this. I believe in him. Who needs enemies when you've got friends like Detective Gumshoe? Brutal, man. No respect at all for Gumshoe. Piece of white cloth is...
my beloved.
Better tidy it up or it'll get wrinkled. Okay, I think we have examined everything there is to examine here. Gumshoe has left. So... he said Edgeworth, so I think we should go back to Edgeworth now. Hopefully? Yes, okay. Huh? This guy? Have we met somewhere? Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, I beg your leave, so long. There, standing by the window, a teacup in his hand. Right? Mr. Edgeworth, you're back from the district prosecutor's office inquiry. I am. By the way, Detective Gumshoe was looking for you. Ah, yes, he brought me the latest information, it seems. Apparently a new French restaurant is opening near here. I think he was trying to console me somehow. The real info is on the other side, Edgeworth. Poor Mr. Edgeworth.
That French restaurant is actually a reference to the third game, which was technically already out when this case was made.
Huh! The more you know. How did the inquiry committee go? Actually, they decided to treat this not as a case of concealing evidence, but as a communications error during the investigation. Yes, apparently there are some who believe that I concealed evidence. They gave me a warning. You were lucky this time. Again. I've heard them say that so many times ever since that case. It's ironic because they say he keeps getting lucky, but actually he keeps getting horribly unlucky. Well, I'm still the presiding prosecuting attorney, however. They gave control of the investigation over to the police department. Any further investigation for this case will be directed by the chief of police, Gant. I can do nothing but wait for his results. I see. Why, ask you, why? All along, I've done only what I believe is right. I have nothing to be ashamed of, but still. Edgy's mad. Very unfortunate. You hate to see a mansplainer losing. Don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of tea. Pass on the tea. Just tell me about the case. Mr. Wright, Mr. Edgeworth just told you no in a very polite manner. Showing the best evidence. How about the thing with his ID card on it? What's this? A record of ID card usage? Edgeworth, you went into the evidence room that day, didn't you? Just before the incident occurred, no less. Yes, that's true. Why, Mr. Edgeworth? Please don't look at me like that. I was asked to go by Chief Gant, no less. Ah, the plot thickens. He wanted evidence for a case that wrapped up half a year ago. AI-16. Interesting. Told me he wanted to keep it here in the prosecutor's office. But it was solved, right? It would have to be if the evidence was already filed. The chief is never one to explain himself. In any case, on the day of the stabbings, I brought this back here. Can I ask what kind of case it was? I can't say. It really has nothing to do with the current case. Nothing is ever unrelated to the current case. Stubborn is always...
I think it actually is unrelated. Like, I don't think you would ever find out about it.
Huh. Told you this has nothing to do with the current case. Damn it. Damn it. Oh wait, is it? Oh, there we go. Just in case, though. Gotta examine. Tags is AI 16. Nothing, apparently. At least that's what Edgeworth said. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice? But probably wouldn't have that kind of luck now, would we? Let's see if there's anything else I can show him. I highly doubt there is. Okay, it doesn't look like he's going to help us out. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can show to him. No. I don't think there's anything else I can show him. Let me just check to make sure before I dance around like a dingus. Okay, we have to present the... Damn it. We have to present the switchblade knife, which is this one. I know you. You've probably got a hold of some information already, right? All has to do with that case you were on, the SL9 incident, and some dark suspicion you were wrapped up in. You are the man who revived the worst memory of my life. I figured I'd be telling you about this sooner or later. I mean, honestly... He's like, yeah, in for a penny, in for a pound. Alright, let's go. SL9 incident was a heinous serial killing case. The head of the investigation was the deputy chief of police at the time, Damon Gant. That wacky old coot was involved in the case 2 years ago too then. Top officer, and it was my first time working with him. I was nervous. In truth, I used slightly more extreme methods than normal. We were dealing with a vicious murderer. If I let him go, the blood would be on my hands. We won our guilty verdict and the killer was executed. Wait, you didn't... Of course not. I didn't touch the evidence. Yes, I will do anything in my power to win a trial. However, I do have a code and I follow it faithfully. By the way, Emma, the chief prosecutor wanted to know something. If you were still studying forensic science... Huh? Yes? Of course. Why, just today, Mr. Wright and I were using this. Well then. You might have use for this. Aluminum powder for taking fingerprints. It's been chemically treated for better adhesion. For me? Are you sure? We are the enemy, you know. I've no say in today's investigation. Do as you will. Oh, Edgeworth. You're such a fucking gay ass. Can't help helping out your boyfriend even when he's on the other side of the case. Alright. Now we've got a lead to go off of. We can go to the police department, then to the guard station, then to the evidence room. Investigation turned up a handprint. Here, this blood on the detective's evidence locker. Use the secret weapon we just borrowed. Right, let's get started. First, choose a finger. A finger? Each finger leaves behind a slightly different imprint. So let's choose the finger that will have left behind the clearest print. Really can't tell the difference at a glance. Quit procrastinating and choose a finger. Well, that would probably be the index finger, I would assume. Or the pointer. What that? Wait a minute. Middle finger. Ring finger. Yeah.
Still get one opportunity. Don't worry about it too much.
Whatever. With enter, see? Looks like it did in the trick. Aluminum powder adheres completely to the print. Once the powder is well spread, just blow away the excess. Huh? How do I do that? With E. E. I hate that picture of Markiplier's face edited onto Lord Farquaad with the E. Yes, thank you, chat. I too breathe with E.
Wait, that Markiplier's face is edited onto Lord Farquaad's, and that is just...
Yeah, did you not know that?
Yes, it was Markiplier. He truly is ubiquitous. There are so many people out there that look just like him.
Am I doing this wrong?
No, you're doing it right, I think.
Do I need more dust?
I think you might need a different... Sprinkle it wide.
Ah, okay. I just need more. Okay. Yeah, I gotta do more dust. I don't know, that looks pretty clear.
Make sure to get the right.
Yeah, there we go. But this looks nothing like a fingerprint. Now that you mention it, I guess it doesn't. What does it mean? I think it means we're out of luck. Out of luck? The person who left this handprint must have worn gloves. Ah. Don't tell me we've been wasting our time here. Hey, calm down. That's just the way it goes sometimes with scientific investigation. But it does seem a shame. While we're at it, why don't we look for other prints? Looking at the locker door closely again. Oh, I see. Yes, right over here. So we're going to do enter, enter. Yeah, this would have been way more fun on a touchscreen. Again, I regret doing this on... For setup reasons, it's way easier to do this on the PC version, but the Switch version would have been fun. C'est la vie, c'est la guerre.
Could have always emulated it.
I could have. Actually, that would have made it worse. I was like, wait a minute. I hate when you, like, emulate something and, like, there's some command or whatever that, like, you just can't replicate on a keyboard in like, the way you're supposed to, if that makes sense. That happened to me once with, Pokemon Emerald. There's a section of Emerald where it's the Sky Pillar section with Rayquaza, or Rayquaza, whatever. Why is this not working? In the Sky Pillar segment, you have to be on the Mach Bike, and you have to be going, like, fast as fuck, and be able to, do the, what is it? You have to make a bunch of very sharp turns with the Mach Bike, and I remember I tried doing that on PC with, like, a keyboard, and it was goddamn impossible. Like, you have to be on a controller, or, like, anything with some kind of D-pad to do that correctly. Okay, there we go. This print took a lot of effort to find. Let's mash it up right away. Quite the process. Well, there's no point in finding a fingerprint and not knowing who the owner is, right? Look at the fingerprint data we got from Mr. Edgeworth, and point out the person you think left these prints. How am I supposed to know who it was? Could make a pretty good guess. The bloody handprint and the fingerprints are in different places, right? That means that the prints probably don't have anything to do with our case. So whose fingerprints would be most likely? Probably Gumshoe, since, you know, it's his locker.
Like a match to me.
This is very CSI.
Very
CSI Lost Japangelus.
It's Japanifornia.
Japanifornia, whatever. Sometimes you hit, sometimes you miss. So you could say, Emma, that this process is in fact quite hit or miss.
I guess I never miss.
Huh? Got a boyfriend, I bet he doesn't kiss ya.
I feel like around the time I met you was when you were, like, really into that meme.
Oh, yeah, I was quoting it incessantly.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was around the time you cosplayed, too.
I did cosplay Hit or Miss. That was the one time when I was, like, cross-dressing as a joke, but, like, I actually was doing it as a joke. Because I was like, fuck it, I don't need to look good for this one. You guys in chat, I've shown the like hit or miss photo before. Because for those of you who don't know, the girl in the hit or miss video was dressed as an alt outfit for Nico Yazawa from Love Live that's from the game. And so when I did a hit or miss cosplay, what I did was I just dressed as Cheer Nico, and then I had a button with me. It's like a programmable button, and if you press it, it can play a sound clip that you load into it. And I loaded the clip of her doing the whole hit or miss, the hit or miss song into it. And so I walked around SakuraCon 2019, and I would just like hit the button occasionally so everyone knew I was hit or miss. And I remember there was one girl who I felt really bad for because I was just walking around out in like the fucking overpass or whatever. Because the Washington State Convention Center is set up in a very silly fashion. And I was just walking across this overpass, and this woman comes up to me, and she's like, "Cheer, Nico!" And I just like lean in towards her. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. And I press the button. I'm just a meme. Okay, now I actually have to figure out what to do next. Do we go back to the criminal affairs? Do we go back to the detention center? Will you respond to this now? No, you will not. Oh, maybe we can go back to Edgeworth? No. I've been at this for almost 2 hours. Oh, this is
we're almost done with the investigation, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's...
Did you examine the other pair of handprints in the room with
fuck. Right, because there was another pair of handprints. Oh my god. Okay. Guard station. Evidence room. Right, okay. We have to examine and then do no, I want to use it. Can I like... Oh, there we go. Yes. Check for prints. What? It's an area where the blood was wiped away, right? Only ended up finding it using chemical means. Any prints in that area will have been wiped away too. Oh, right. So that means no prints. You say the probability of your hypothesis is high? Don't ask me. Must try to find prints that weren't wiped away. Prints other than the ones left by the bloody hand. Okay. So, what if we tried the area there we go. See, I can use my brain occasionally.
You got it.
I'm not quite head empty yet. I will be as soon as Lana shows up again, but, you know, get there when we get there. Get that white everywhere. God. Cocaina. No, flour. You ever seen that I feel like I sent you that video.
Which one?
The cocaina, no flour one.
That sounds familiar.
It's pretty funny. It's like a 10-second, piece of YouTube poetry.
Blow, man, blow.
Oh, I'm blowing. And it's not even Sunday. Okay. Let's see what we got. That looks like a match to me. There we go. Ah, so this was Marshall's handprint. Interesting. The plot has thickened significantly. Gotta be coincidence. He's not involved in the crime. Emma, this is decidedly different from Detective Gumshoe's prints. The luminol reaction, the blood and the fingerprints are in the same place. Oh! So we have Jake Marshall's fingerprints on a wiped blood stain. But why would Officer Marshall? Looks like our investigation is finally turning up some results. I guess this is what you'd call decisive evidence. Bum bum. They really like that term. Yes! Okay, I just had to check the last fingerprint. Oh, I should respond. I should respond to the person I'm trying to go on a date with. I need to. Oh.
Good luck, Min. Hope you have fun. / it goes. Yes.
I hope.
Go get that girl.
Thank you, Amelia. I appreciate that. Hold on, I got. This girl says she's into astrology. That's a no. I got no time for astrology hoes. I'm a Gemini. I can't date astrology hoes.
Did I ever tell you the story? Oh, I'm from Reno, chat, and I was back in Reno, around the start of college to to caucus in 2016. And when you caucus, you always do it at like a place close to where you grow up. So I was caucusing at an elementary school like just down the road, where I just happened to run into my childhood friend, my best friend from childhood, and I was chatting with him and just catching up, and he had a couple of like people he knew from college who were girls, and like they were really into astrology, and so they just kept being chatty and like talking about stuff in the corner, so me and him were kind of just like, astrology, that's just, it's kind of bullshit. Ha ha ha, like, why are you into it, kind of. And one of them was like, oh yeah, like, it's not, or something like that. And I was like, okay, based on like, the 5 minutes you've known me, what sign would you say I am? She like looks me up and down. She says, I'd say you're a Cancer. And I was like, oh, hey, you're right, I am a Cancer. And she said, wait, really? I think Min left.
No, I'm here. All right. I'm going for it. I'm just gonna ask them. I'm just gonna ask them on the date, and hope for the best. And hope for the fucking best. Let me just make. Okay, sorry. Sorry for the wait, chat. I am going to very quickly clip the broken nail off my nail, and then get a beverage, and then we'll do the trial. And then I think that will be after the next trial day. That'll be a good day to leave it off. Good point to leave off. But I'll be back shortly. Amelia, feel free to talk about whatever you want. Just you like talking to chat. It's a fun time.
Yeah. Go ahead and ask me a question, chat. I don't know what else to talk about. Except my girlfriend, who I love very much, but I feel like Min's chat doesn't know her as well. So I feel like I couldn't ramble about her as much. Oh, I desperately hope this trial day has a thing I'm thinking of. I'm pretty sure if you're talking about Blue Badger, yes, it does. Hello. Random astrology. I saw a comment describing astrology as racism with stars. I'm pretty sure that's MBTI, except instead of stars, they have pseudoscience. We got the Blue Badger hype going in chat. Oh my god, I cannot wait to see Min just lose her will to live in real time. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. What case is my favorite? I like the last case of Trials and Tribulations the most. I think it feels very much like a culmination of the entire series to that point. So it's really good. How did me and Min become friends? If any of you have watched Min and Yang, Eli on there, he is my best friend. We met in college. and he was old friends with Min back in the day, and so we got to know each other through Eli. Eli is still my best friend. We're roommates in the same apartment. He's just not here right now because he's in a different room. Both of you to assume MBTI and astrology don't heavily overlap. Yep, they do, very much so. Best AA lady. I like Maya the most in terms of like she's like the OG, the original. In terms of like who's hottest, I don't know. That's a tough one. Probably Lana. Lana is really attractive. What's your favorite to do for a date? Eat pasta, sit in, play a good video game together with your beloved. That's the ideal date for me. I think that's all the questions at the moment. I had to think a little bit more. Best post-trilogy game? Easy Investigations 2. Investigations 2 is so good. Everything coalesces so well. It's brilliant. The case where you play as the dad. Oh, so good. I do like Spirit of Justice a lot too. Spirit of Justice is really good. What plot point in AA are you waiting for Min to react to eagerly? In like 5 minutes, the videotape. After that, I don't know. I feel like there's something each case I'd be like really into watching her lose her mind about. Sweet, thank you. My favorite AA character. I said Maya earlier. Favorite character for favorite girl. Might be true for character in general. I do love Gumshoe a lot. Gumshoe is like, especially as there keep being more and more games without him in it. I'm just like, where is he?
Where is my boy?
Where's my boy? Because that was me before. That was definitely me with Maya before the 6th game. Like I remember in Dual Destinies, like when you get that they reference her, I lost my mind a little bit. Like show her to me, god damn it! but then Pearl showed up and I lost my mind anyway because I was like, oh my god, the baby is grown up. No.
All right, I've trimmed the nail off, so we're good now. So I'll have to clean that up later. I'm trying. My left hand keeps getting fucked up, but I'm trying to do the lesbian manicure where you have 3 nails long and then 2 nails short. And I've been able to maintain it pretty well on this hand, on the right hand, but for whatever reason on the left one, I keep cracking my nails. It's very frustrating. Very frustrating.
Hope you can get that lesbian manicure.
I hope
somebody asked favorite assistant. Again, probably Maya. Though I love all the assistants, honestly. Do I like macaroni? Yes, I love all types of pasta.
Lana.
Macaroni is really good in casseroles, or obviously in mac and cheese, also in soup.
God, I love mac and cheese so much. It's so good.
Yeah. Is Gumshoe a himbo? I feel like he's a himbo, but not in the hunk sense. He's like a bear himbo, if that makes sense.
That's a good description. Gumshoe is definitely a bear. I think we can. You know what? I think we can expand the definition of himbo to include bears. They don't all have to be hunks.
Yeah. I think so too. Lana X Mia or Lana X Godot. Lana and Godot. I haven't heard that shit.
That's new.
Mia and Godot. I feel like I'm not super into either of those ships emotionally, but Lana and Mia as lesbians and a little more jokey.
Bloodstained fingerprints.
Gumshoe is a bear bisexual. I approve of that.
Do what you have to, Mr. Wright. All right.
People calling Gumshoe the himbo blueprint and the poster child for himbo. I appreciate the love my boy is getting. Thank you. It's what he deserves. Mia has 2 hands. Yes, she does. Unfortunately, she's dead.
2 hands, and both of them are 6 feet under. Takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office, yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time. What's What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared. Yes, and the body eventually... Wow, it's almost like the body was moved. One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today, I will present evidence related to the murder at the police department. In doing so, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. Now, that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things, even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. And that's supposed to be an admirable trait. I actually, fun fact, so when I was in high school, I did debate, right? And my debate teacher, or my debate coach, excuse me, he wasn't actually a teacher. His nickname for me was Certainty, because he said Minerva, except he didn't say Minerva, he said my dead name, but he said, Minerva, you have this talent where you can say absolutely anything, and even if you have no idea what you're talking about, or what you're saying is complete bullshit, you can sound so absolutely certain in the way you say it that it'll sound convincing.
You'd be perfect for this game.
Exactly. That's the Phoenix Wright ability. Poor Edgeworth, always getting the worst witnesses to work with. Give us your report of the crime. Consider that in order. Yes, sir, as you wish. After all, I am a part of a generation that must be told what to do, sir. Can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm. No, you can't. What's your favorite Marvel movie? I'm not really a Marvel movie person. However, Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther, and actually the first Avengers I thought were pretty good. I actually liked the first Avengers movie a lot.
The Avengers movie's pretty dang good.
Yeah. Captain Marvel was okay, but mostly just because, buff lady hot. Not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life, then I did it. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. All right. Minerva Cannon in AA7. As the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you. Do unto others before they do unto you. That's the Meekins family motto, sir. I see. Then you fainted and a colleague helped you regain consciousness. Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. What I need here is more info to work with. Time to press. Alright. Let's just press every statement. General Affairs Department. I'm in charge of hiring new recruits. Yikes, now that's a scary thought. And many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed. I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger. The Blue Badger? Yes, sir, the lovely police mascot created by the Chief of Detective. I hate that the Blue Badger is going to be relevant.
Oh, just you wait. Just you wait.
Jesus Christ. I cannot... after the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around that I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see when you got there? Spotted a suspicious man. Damn it. No, Hina, stay upright. I need an ID card.
Hey, you have the Hina.
Yes, have the Hina right here. She's currently in the girl boss spot, which is the it's this position that is directly, it's on the right side of my desk, which is like the only space in my desk that's still open, that's not occupied by shit already. And that's where I put whatever figure I am like have the most fondness for at the moment.
I see. You saw the collab news, right? The
what news?
The Bandori collab.
Oh, they're doing a Zombieland Saga collab, right?
Man, it's good. I'm so excited.
Oh, that's
so good.
Hype as shit. See, but number 4989596, there it is. Shown as being used twice. No real mystery, sir. The first time is when I relocated the Blue Badger, so that was at 450. Second time is when I went to go get him after everything settled down. Huh. That was when I spotted the man on the security camera. Okay, now I just want to, like, take a closer look at this. Okay, so Meekins and Goodman are both on record as having gone in at 4:15. Goodman goes in at 4:15. Meekins goes in directly after him. So we can confidently say that, or 5:14. Blech. 5 nights at the Blue Badgers. So that's around the time when the crime went down. Okay. It's only doing what I was trained to do. Can you please tell us exactly what happened? It was a knife, sir, a knife. Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was. Aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into. That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand. Maybe, excuse me. When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar. Fought for my life. Well, what did you do? I know I don't look like the type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir. The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched his knife from him. You took his knife? I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man. He must have been desperate. Next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood, and then the next thing I knew, he punched me right in my face. After that, I passed out. About what time did you regain consciousness? No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was... I woke up at like 5:30, okay. When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission. Your mission? Yes, sir, the Blue Badger. Oh, Jesus Christ. Now I have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? He's got a point. Yes, Officer Meekins? With regard to that, sir. Take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. Chief Gant delivered it to me just this Why have we not got that yet? That's absolutely right, sir. A videotape. Oh, they forgot to change the Japanese on it to English. Caught in 4K. But I specifically asked if there was such a tape. Of course, Gant hid evidence from Edgeworth. God, Edgeworth is just getting shafted left and right this case. I honestly feel bad for the guy. Being Edgeworth truly is suffering. Oh no. Don't. Okay. Alright, so 5:14. There he is. So it was actually Goodman. Oh, of course the okay, I already know where this is going. I already know. Where did he go? How you feeling, Min? Meekins found dead in Miami. What the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood? Sir, that is the pride and joy of the entire Criminal Affairs Department. It's the Blue Badger. Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? I mean, okay, you guys thought I was gonna freak out at that? That's, like, normal for this game.
I love it so much.
Amelia, to the Joker, that is a normal plot development.
Do you think the Joker flushes his crazy pills down the drain?
No, the normal pills are what the Joker has to take every morning.
Do you think the Joker wears a mask?
No one cared who I was till I put on the mask.
I've had like that part of that song stuck in my head all week, and I hate it because it's like it's catchy in like the worst way.
Yes.
I was talking to Michi about it, but it sounds like exactly what I imagine like terrible 2020s songs to sound like. Like if you were to like drive from my brain, what I imagine just like the most generic 2021 song would sound like, it would be that, you know?
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think that you could definitely be more generic than that, but it's like pretty generic for 2020 songs. I know what you mean. It's not good. No one would care about that song if it wasn't Dream.
Right, exactly. I just can't get over the verse where he's like talking about about him needing glasses. Like that's like a severe concern in his life. Like, bro, just go to the optometrist. It's okay.
It's very funny. God. He wants to be deep so badly. Also, I find it very funny that the music video takes place in like a high school because he was homeschooled his entire life.
I feel like that explains so much about about him.
It explains quite a bit. Meekins! Oh yeah, what's going on here? Having been shown a questionable video at best, we are not in the best of moods. Now please be more certain when you testify. You claimed the man who brandished a knife on you was Bruce Goodman. Tell us why you are positive it was him. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprints. About those lockers, is there no other way to open them? No, sir. I myself tried all kinds of methods in the past. They only respond to registered fingerprints. Wonder what kind of methods he's tried. If the man opened the locker's lock, which only responds to its registered fingerprints, then he must be the person the locker was assigned to. Exactly my point, sir, and this too. The locker...
I just remember... Not to belabor the dream issue, but somebody pointed out today that like if you look at the label for normal pills, it's like take one every other day for like 3 weeks until cured or something, like it's a temporary infection instead of, you know,
God.
It's so funny.
Must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. However, the most important detail is not shown in this video, the man's face. Sir, if I may say something, sir, please do. After all, you're the one being examined. I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock, and it was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body. My unsettled state can testify enough to this, sir. Yes, you have a point. The footage doesn't lie. That is, unless the defense can find a problem with that. Is there a problem with the security? There's always going to be a problem with it.
There are so many problems with that security video.
There are too many to count. The man may not have been Detective Goodman. All right, let's see if we can piece this together. Point out to us this alleged contradiction. Want me to point it out? Okay. Mr. Wright, please show us this contradiction. You speak. Okay, I have to point out a problem in the video? This is the first time I've ever had to do that. You can do it, Mr. Wright. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing. Oh boy. This is gonna be a bit of a challenge. Okay, we're gonna... Okay, so... Okay, so there's the glove. That's what was dropped. So... Okay, we're going to play again. Okay, so he pulls a knife on him, and he approached him from behind. Did he say... Oh, fuck, I forgot what was in his testimony. Did he say he snuck up on him?
I think so.
Okay, that's probably not the contradiction, though. Okay, well, he did get the wound on his hand. That much checks out. Pushed him against the thing. Wait, we didn't see... Wait. We
just never see his face.
Hold on. So, okay. But is it...
Think about other things you could point out that would be like...
Okay, I'm sorry, I guess...
I'm thinking there's like maybe three I'm pretty sure I know what you have to point to, actually, but I'm not...
Okay, so he does open the door. We see that... Okay, so we see him open the door on camera. The dude stabs him, goes like that, and then what is the... Okay. This is gonna take a while. Okay, so the first question I have is where the fuck is the dude? Because we never see him leave. Meekins is on the ground. That checks out.
Don't worry about how he leaves for the moment.
I have so many questions. Get used to combing over this video, Min. Yeah. Okay. Would it be something in the fight? I have so many goddamn... Wait, wait, hold on.
Somebody talking about teenage feelings in the chat reminds me that I saw the...
Fuck, I forgot to dust the blue badger for fingerprints, because there's a handprint on it.
I don't think you needed it.
Oh, okay. We're good.
I watched that Elfen Lied video.
Oh, yeah.
Right before the stream. It was really good.
Glad you liked it.
The end made me think and, like, feel a lot.
It really makes you think. This is so funny. Okay. Wait. Rewind.
Okay. I think I know what the contradiction is. If you want to shoot any theories, I can tell you. What are you looking for specifically?
I don't know. That's the thing. There's so much. Like, I don't.
Okay. Do you want me to provide you a hint?
Okay. Actually, wait. Let's go to the court record. There's probably something there that can help me out.
So think about the lockers.
Oh, wait. Indicator lamp lights up when it's... Oh. Wait. Hold on. Is that gonna... Wait, that's the... Yes! Okay. Thank you, Amelia.
You're welcome.
The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. Officer Meekins. Sir, do you mean me? As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this. When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint. If it's a match, the light turns on and the lock is released. According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it. If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. There it is. When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker, let's rewind to a little bit earlier. Gumshoe has a picture of Maggie in his locker. The music has affected every scene. Here, notice the light? It's already lit! It is in fact lit, fam. Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. Order! What's the meaning of this? It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime. But the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered, and the locker is automatically locked. It must have been broken down. Of course, I'm not an expert on this. That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction. It just shows that novices should keep their mouths shut. So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? Me, Your Honor? Yes. Why wasn't the locker locked? Yes, well, you see, this is... What do you think about this, Miss Scientific Investigator? Maybe something like jammed the system sensor? Something jammed the sensor? Something else that seems out of place in this video. Yeah, I thought so too. There's gotta be another clue in this footage. Okay, back to Blue Badger hell. The music is a group hallucination.
So your job is to look for the reasons why the indicator's lit up. That's your clue.
Okay, I mean, I figured that much. Let's see. Is there... I'm trying to see if, like, the handle is any different. It looks like a little different, but I might just be seeing things, so I'll... What could possibly... Yeah! There we go. Okay.
Good job.
All right. I'm starting to understand now. The video, I imagine that Ace Attorney fans hear that video music in their nightmares.
Say that again? Sorry.
Oh, the Ace Attorney fans hear the Blue Badger song in their nightmares. Sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when doors are opened. I often... We can't be sure that item was completely inside the locker to begin with. What do you mean? The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door? Inserted? This white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. The object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door. Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. Oh, you mean like a rubber glove? There just might have been something that fits the description. Sir, I think I finally figured it out. Very well. Will the defendant please present relevant evidence? Yes, Your Honor. That would be the glove. Damn it. Oh. Was jumping the gun there. Found this near the locker. A thin rubber glove. Can't be sure that was in the victim's locker. It has a tag that says SL9 incident. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Is this not so, Officer Meekins? So are you to believe, then, that the victim, whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room, was not Detective Goodman? Do not be misled, Your Honor. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? The defense has merely demonstrated that possibility and nothing more. The victim in this video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this. Sir, me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to. Oh, Meekins. Man, chat, you'll really just see a dumb male character and simp. One other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his ID card. I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. The ID used at 5:14 is that of the victim. Just before the crime. Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people using this room? This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Extremely violent cases involving police staff. Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end. Shouldn't have moved past that line so quickly. There were only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon. Right, I see. Now let us move on to cross-examination. One other thing, okay. So unlike your earlier testimony, you believe this to be a rock solid, do you? Solid as stone. If my hand wasn't wrapped in bandages, I'd even give the V for victory sign. Couldn't he just use his right hand for that? Okay. Enter the room, one must use their ID card. Is that card hanging from your neck one of these ID cards? Yes, sir. Keep it here so I won't ever forget it. What if someone were to steal it from you, keeping it out in the open like that? Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Remember when I said 2 out of 3 times my tie gets stuck when I get out of my car? Well, the remaining time, it's my ID card that gets stuck. Maybe I should have just left this one alone. At any rate, each police officer has only one ID card. Both the police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this. All right. Let it be noted that this is the record the witness referred to. Let me see. What's the matter? According to this, Mr. Edgeworth, your name is on here. So it is, Your Honor. Not the prosecutor again.
The phobia from the gallery.
So much Edgeworth phobia.
Edgeworth phobia.
Nothing to be ashamed of regarding my actions or their consequences. For now, let us continue with the cross-examination. Very much the Squidward of Ace Attorney. Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled a knife on you. Yes, sir. He didn't show me any ID card, sir. Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife. Maybe he just panicked. Everything stems from contradictions. Let's point them out. What do you think? I'm confused. The problem with this ID card testimony is far too obvious. It's not like Edgeworth to miss something like this. Thinking too hard about it. Come on, let's show them what we've got. Okay, so... I mean, the obvious answer is someone could have stolen his ID card. But, you know, there's... They have to make it more complicated. Damn it. I don't... Oh. He was starting to write his ID number. Because his ID number is 58 and he wrote... Ah, okay, okay. Okay, well that will be relevant later.
Oh, excuse me.
Let's see. No prints. No, wait, that's the Edgeworth knife. This is the SL9. Excuse me. BRB rotating a knife. Okay. Doesn't say anything about prints on that. I'm trying to think... Okay, because... Amelia, I'm not stupid here. Like someone else could have just had the ID badge. It didn't have to have been him. But like, how do I... I'm trying to think like
Did you press all 3 statements already?
Hold on. Yeah, I pressed every statement. Hold on. You know what? I'm just gonna start. I'm just trying to think like, okay. One other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman. One must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card.
So
Like-
maybe try presenting the lost item report there. Or
Oh my god. Wait one mo. I have the victim's ID card. Oh! I'm stupid. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene, the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. A lost item report, it's only half completed, but it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime, something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess, you believe this something to be his ID card. I can't say for sure, but there's a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. Order. So now, what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. Wouldn't be an Ace Attorney case without some ridiculous, mistaken identity going on.
Yep. Yep.
Bravo, Mr. Wright. Bravo. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are 2 grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes. What's he up to? That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video was a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder. I mean, that's true. It doesn't. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago, you seemed content to be pointing your finger around. Isn't going to end well. Well, it seems you finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove. The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means a murder did not take place at the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime. So the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot, at the prosecutor's office, the murderer being Miss Lana Skye, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon. I mean, yeah, that does check out. But wait a minute. All a trap from the beginning. Activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? And also, why were they dicking around in the evidence room disguised as Goodman? That feels kind of relevant. Mr. Wright, you have to do something or else Lana... Oh, always object. One moment, Your Honor. What now, Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven. I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap. What are you talking about? This cross-examination has proven one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. It takes so long to watch this video every time. However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter. Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses will be unnecessary. Or would be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared? Sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witness for this incident. This just might be my chance. Time to call a certain Texas Ranger to the stand. Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness. Whom do you have in mind? Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have testify. What is his or her name? It's... Officer Jake Marshall. Why him? Can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. He's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say. Prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. Shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare. All right. We're going to get more insufferable cowboy antics today. It's about to get rootin' and tootin' up in this courtroom.
Yeehaw!
No stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright? Anything for you, Lana. Anything for you.
Damn bad.
I'm down bad for a fucking cartoon character.
So was a lot of the internet, honestly.
What can I say? Her character design was, like, tailored specifically to my tastes.
I can see that.
Oh, hey, Gumshoe. How's it going? Guess I am. I'll come back later. Aw, poor Gumshoe. What is it? Got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run all around while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Sorry, detective. You better be, pal. Hey, 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 hey! I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor Sky. That's okay. So, have you brought what I asked? Oh. Oh. You mean this, right? Okay, I'm starting to understand why people like Gumshoe so much. Epitome of a lady in uniform. Yes, exactly, Kebby the Traveler. You understand. You get me. I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. My name? Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Could I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? Oh, here we go. I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might well do to read them. Might do well to read them. Can't believe you, the chief prosecutor, were a witness in that case. Miss Sky was a witness? God, everyone... No case... Like, everyone involved in every of the cases has to also be involved in investigating or trying them. Like, there's no...
Yep.
It's such soap opera shit. It's so funny.
Let me take a look at the files.
Oh yeah, we should do that. Incident SL9, closed. Perpetrator, Joe Dark, of course. Serial murder, sentence death. Edward Jones, Edith Kirby, Jeb Bates, Jason Knight, Rachel Moss, Neil Marshall, Head Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth, Witness Lana Sky, and Emma Sky. Wait a minute. Emma never mentioned this. Damon Grant, Lana Sky, Head Investigator Bruce Goodman, Jake Marshall, and Angel Starr. Okay. Okay. I'm starting. How was Emma... Okay. I guess we'll find out. Why is your name in here? Could be, Lana, this SL9 incident, is that... That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark killings. The Joe Dark. No, Lana, that's over with. No. Emma, wait. Damn. Jake Marshall, Angel Starr, Damon Gant, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't just be a coincidence. Knowing you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck. No such thing as coincidence in the Ace Attorney universe. Alright, let's, do the second part of the trial, and then call it a day, if that sounds good to you.
Sounds good to me.
Alright. Let's go! You weren't lying when you said this was a whole-ass game in and of itself. Officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime. This fucking dude. Witness, please state your name and occupation. Me, partner? Oh, I'm just a man. Same as you, wandering the trails of civilization. Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yes, we get it. Texas intensifies. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor. Howling wind? I've never heard Edgeworth described that way before. Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place, is this correct? According to the papers, partner. What do you mean? Desperado's soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up. Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime. In plain English. No westernisms. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at a street-side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. So basically, he abandoned his post. And he expects us to just let him off the hook.
Hey, cab.
What do you mean by 2 security systems? I mean, the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those. Yes, well, what about the fingerprint-activated locks on the evidence lockers? Fingerprint-activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those? He's not being very helpful. He's not that good with machines or with following orders. Everyone's got their weaknesses now, don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? Honestly, it makes sense that they should have fired him and kept Angel Starr on staff. She seems way more competent than him. Anyway. Job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. Okay. Exactly, to keep an eye on the evidence room. Just made sure nothing moved in the security camera monitor. That room's so still. Even time dies in there. I was just a caretaker who interred the recordings. You interred them? Videos of nothing aren't that useful. When the time would come, I'd erase the tape. If nothing unusual is recorded, tapes are to be erased every 6 hours. Each time I'd erase a tape, felt like I was erasing a part of my life. So in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room. I said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Made your rounds on the day of the crime, right? Ain't you heard a word I said, partner? I told you that ain't my style. I'm afraid I don't understand. No desperado I know lets rules get in his way. No desperados I know join the police force! So, Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime, just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day. There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that? Sorry, partner, can't say I do. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks. How does this guy avoid being fired? Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. I mean, as someone who spends, like, most of her time at her job just watching YouTube videos, kind of relatable. Back in the day, my locker was a goldmine of evidence. And yet, you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism. Sorry, partner, I ain't good with machines. Couldn't even tell you how a bike works. That's quite, incredible. The sensors on the locker handles cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence. Now that he mentions it, Detective Gumshoe said something like that too. At any rate, it doesn't seem that this is relevant to the crime. If I remember right, I was down at a street-side saloon. What were you doing in a place like that? I was eating spaghetti. Not even Angel's steak lunches can beat that parlor's vongole sepia pasta. You want me to tell us you abandoned your police duties to eat some noodles? Yeah, that's fair. Not all desperados eat tacos, partner. That's not what it's oh, because it's a spaghetti western, god damn it. Stupid.
Love spaghetti westerns. I haven't actually seen that many, but I should.
Pretty good back in the day. That's right, partner, as you'd call it, evidence. If you plan to pin me to this crime, then you'd better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My steel horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset. One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything. Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that. Well, they do say you can't mess with Texas. I always find it funny. Okay. You ever notice that, like, the two Texas slogans are "Don't mess with Texas" and "Remember the Alamo"? But the Alamo was a famous instance of someone successfully messing with Texas. It's like, don't mess with Texas, or what? You'll lose again?
Damn, go off, Queen. Keep it coming.
God damn it, I should have saved first. Okay, we're gonna save this time. I mean, I literally... Okay. Alright, I guess I have to save that for later. Okay. Room's protected by 2 security systems. If I remember right, I was on the street side of the saloon. Just an innocent traveling... Okay, how about... Because how old could it be, right?
Right.
Ah! Okay, I was on the wrong statement. That's what it was. You being called in to testify like this. After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime. And yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint. Huh? Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects, that is, make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there. I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood. Your blood-stained fingerprints were at the crime scene? The blood was wiped away, however. A luminol test clearly revealed this. Seems to me, there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall? About the blood-stained fingerprints? Very well, you may begin your testimony about your fingerprints, found at the scene of the crime. Everything's bigger in Texas, including their losses. Got 'em! Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the blood-stained handprint. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The blood stain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See, I had nothing to do with it. The witness's explanation appears valid, although there's room for doubt. Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner. Defense may now cross-examine the witness. This guy's hiding something, I can feel it. Alright, let's do some pressing before we get anywhere else. Because you did, how you pay your respects once a month? Yeah, that's right, that and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine. What? What do you mean? I mean what I said. That's the locker I used when I was a detective, the locker I still use. All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams. It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker. Apparently, his fingerprint data was never removed from that locker's programming. Must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without ever knowing it. Interesting. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the bloodstained handprint. So then, what about the bloody handprint? Wasn't mine, it's no mystery. Please explain. My locker is covered with my fingerprints. It just so happened the murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The chances of that happening are 1,000,000 to 1. On the contrary, one could argue just the opposite. The chances of that not happening are 1,000,000 to 1. Get one thing straight, partner. You ain't gonna get no reward from me with a mere fingerprint. You wanna know why? Bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. They're as different as night and day. Kinda like cereal and cereal. One's got to do with breakfast, while the other's a type of murder. It's right, although seemingly alike, they're totally different. I don't see what homonyms have to do with this. Homonyms? Homo? What are you, gay? That was my worst joke of the night. Hope you all enjoyed it. It's a blood stain at the scene. Thought to be left by the murderer. That's right. It's found on Detective Gumshoe's locker. Nah, best joke. However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint. Oh yeah, I think we tried that too. So that would mean the murderer was wearing gloves. Happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint. Yeah. This seal of blood in the desert, it's just food for the buzzards. There's only one reality, and that's this. Security tape. As long as my trail isn't in there, you can't say otherwise. Okay. Let's see here. Too bad it wasn't me in that video, right, partner? What do you mean by that? You want to tie me to this crime, isn't that right? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have. But that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots. The fucking video, man. The camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could leave the room without being caught on tape. We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright. Alright. Let's do this. It's time to go back to the fucking Blue Badger video.
Iconic.
Amelia, are you ready for me to suffer?
That's why I came here, man. I wouldn't miss it for anyone.
Okay, so hold on. Wait. Pause. Okay, so this is the dude's locker, right? So at the start of the video, there's nothing hanging out of it. And then the question is, does that change by the end of it? That's the first thing I want to check for. Ha! Ha!
Good job.
First try! Bringing our attention back to the security camera is a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall. Days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less? Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner. The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. Do not make me watch the extremely slow footage again. That locker with the white cloth sticking out. That was the witnesses, I believe. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. At least they switched the music. That's all I can ask for. Play this song at my funeral. There it is. Oh, the white cloth, it's gone. What's the meaning of this, Officer Marshall? When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away. Order, order. Hold your horses. Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man. So what if my locker was opened? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened a locker and stuck it in. It's not my fault he happened to choose mine. Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man? This guy isn't just playing dumb. He really doesn't know. I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker. Oh yeah? I call your bluff. You say I opened that locker, now prove it. Believe I can say only the assigned detective's prints can unlock it, so that means this should be valid. Fingerprint sensor? We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to. What kind of crazy talk is this? All right. In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There are even some people on the force who don't know about the fingerprint locks. Foreshadowing. I was waiting for this guy to break. I only got one word for you. No! Only now realizing how long his legs are. He's a lengthy boy.
He's a cowboy.
This is a joke. It's the worst I've ever heard. I assure you this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime. Ole! Please answer the question. What is he now, a bullfighter? It's alright, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here. We can? Have a look at these floor plans. Oh, I forgot we had floor plans. There's no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet, Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall. If that's so, then where was the witness? Seems Mr. Wright has an answer. That's right, the only possible conclusion. Well then, let's hear it. Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the... Yeah. Officer Marshall was standing right there! That's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was. Correct, unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you, dressed up like Detective Goodman. But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure. May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted. Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it? Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it. The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card. Oh, I get it. If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall? Got quite an imagination, partner. We got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence. You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective, unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim. Can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim? Well, who am I kidding? I don't have anything like that. I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat. It's so obvious he's the one. What can I do? Are we going to get an assist from Edgeworth? Looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. Expose these nuts. I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you've run into a wall with no places to go, return to the basics. The basics? For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me. Try thinking outside the box. Don't take your normal pills, Phoenix. Rather, I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise. Why do you think his locker was opened in the first place? What do you mean? There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime, yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later as it has been. Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker. According to the defense's argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then, after the crime was committed, quote unquote, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason. The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside. So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth? Perhaps the video is the key to all our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence, so the video's our only shot. Oh god, it's security tape time again! Okay. Fast forward!
I love, like, once every month or so, you say something that reminds me, like, oh yeah, we'd also watched H.C. Bailey back in high school.
Once you know the H.C. Bailey catchphrases, or, like, once you've watched...
get them out of your head.
Yeah, H.C. Bailey was a master of catchphrases.
Truly. I have little money.
Little money. Okay, so gotta go backwards. What would cause... Okay. Okay, let's... That wasn't there before. Okay. Oh, so he stabbed him. And then... Oh, wait. Okay. Can I really hope this is it. Yes! Yes! For some reason, you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room, though I don't know to what end yet. However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood. A bloody white coat. You couldn't just walk out like that, so you hid the coat in your locker. Not bad, partner. All right, we've got something. I'm getting better. I'm getting better at the video.
You are getting better. Good job.
Hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. Edgeworth's like, what the fuck did I do? Wouldn't have had... Oh, God. More SL9 shit. All right, it seems the time has come. All right, let's get some new testimony. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out and managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. That's an extremely vague testimony. Large quantity of blood were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he'd be the donor. Was way too much blood for such a small donation. I mean, I don't know. Have you seen someone cut their hand like deep before? It's pretty nasty.
Yeah, it's really nasty.
2 years ago have passed since that case was closed. It was going to completely end with the transferal that day. Not if I have anything to do with it. That incident's not over. But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room? When a case is closed, only that case's lead detective can look through the... so that's why it had to be Goodman. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time, no matter the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine. That day was my last chance. That's why I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transferal, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere. So you did it to fool the security camera and the detective's ID card. I stole that the morning of the incident. So that really was why Goodman started filling out that lost item report. Returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot. Ah. So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. What do you mean, partner? I mean, the fingerprint-activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open that locker yourself. But he could because a rubber glove just happened to get stuck in the door. That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. You pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off? Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time. Officer Meekins certainly is a 1 in a million type of person. Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID. When did Edgeworth get so much influence? Anyway, he threw himself at me, and I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry it had to turn out that way, with me knocking him out and everything. By the way, what happened to your knife? Oh, you mean the... Oh, right. Him constantly trimming his beard with a knife was actually plot relevant.
Yeah.
Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference, though. The security tape is erased every 6 hours. If all had gone as planned, no footage would have been left. However, you bloodied your coat in your struggle with Officer Meekins. If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there. What was Officer Meekins doing during that time? What else? He was sleeping like a baby. So what you're saying is, on that day, wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. But the blood found at the scene certainly indicates a crime took place. What, are you blind? The victim shown on that tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner. So you stole the evidence from the locker. Actually, no, I didn't. Why not? When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone. Mr. Edgeworth, where is that evidence? It's still missing, Your Honor. Ah. Detective Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing? Fire away, partner. It's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer. Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID, injuring a police officer. This is no small offense. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. It can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary. Not that salary cuts are ever a valid solution. Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with. Ugh. I can't just forget the SL9 incident. You know why? Why? That case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it? It's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room. Joe Dark was convicted for his crimes. One thing I can say for sure is he deserved his sentence. I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved serial murders, didn't it? I don't intend to complain about how it turned out, but there's something that still bothers me. Something went down at that trial. Something no one will talk about. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. Why is he so concerned with that incident? Maybe I should present him with what I think his real reason is. I had a feeling we'd wind up here sooner or later. Everyone involved here is related in some way to that case. Better take another look at the files. Alright. So... perpetrator... Oh! 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 Okay.
Don't worry. I feel like everybody has the same reaction when they play, because I was definitely the first time playing, like, I don't know why, but I took a look at the victim's name and I'm like, oh!
Yeah, I'm sure you'd heard his name 2 years ago. He received the same lousy prosecutor award you got. The King of Prosecutors award. That's right, he was killed and the case fell into your hands. He was my brother. He was investigating the murders with Damon Gant, the then Deputy Chief of Police. The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. Joe Dark. My brother fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed, at least according to the public records. My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. And that's it? That's your reason for your insane actions? There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me. Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime. That was the last day the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with his resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled. Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. The things that happen by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on at the police department. Chance? It's got to be more than just that. So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office's parking lot was the real one, which in turn means only one person could have committed the crime, Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye. But wait, a verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial. Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today. But there's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. Seems to me this boy's got the draw on you, partner. All of the mysteries at the police department have been resolved, no doubt about it. Our sole murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Skye. And the testimony of one Miss Angel Starr is completely incontestable. If you have a response, make it a single word or less. Seems this trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt. Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time disproving the alleged murder at the police department. There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder and the security camera's tape really was fake, but I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty. Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant... Emma! Your Honor, wait! The defense has an objection. A scientific objection! Right? What do you mean, right? Mr. Wright, are you this girl's guardian? Phoenix just going around adopting kids like it's nothing.
Yep.
No wonder people think he's a DILF in the later games.
Well, I won't spoil anything.
Finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dark killings. Names of both Skye sisters were in that file, but that's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day, so I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing, the other handprint. You mean the traces of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker. No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. Emma, you have a very broad definition of science, so I'm not sure, not sure that narrows the possibilities exactly. No! Sorry, I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all. You're like a scientific investigator in the same way that like the Mythbusters people were scientists.
That's a really cool way to be a scientist.
Yeah, you're a scientist in like a way that looks fun on TV exclusively. Anyway, so Emma, you're just stalling for time. That's what's going on. Fears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Looking at the floor plans. Excuse me. Is there a problem with this? Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be of more use, but still, if you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Alana will be, please answer the question. If I ever needed to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with the handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing? Well, I have to. Only thing that seems clear is you're grasping. I mean, Phoenix is literally always grasping. This is just grasping the game.
Yep.
Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there? Yes, something that when drawn will completely change the meaning of the blood mark. It's gonna be the fucking blue badger, isn't it? The blue badger, mascot of the police force. Grasping at another man's heart. Defender of truth, guardian of proof. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The blue badger is not here. So watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Well, what? Ah! It would be impossible to place a handprint at this spot on the locker. So that means, just what exactly does that mean? It means it can't be done. What are you saying? Blood traces were undeniably found on that locker. Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically. Emma, on that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the blue badger to the evidence room, right? After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on the locker. So that must mean this blood mark was left there before the blue badger was brought in. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom. May sound far-fetched, Your Honor. Literally everything in this series is far-fetched. February 21st, in the police department's evidence room. Blood was spilled not once, but twice. One time was captured on this tape taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is the other time... someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered. This is getting good. The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker. So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves when it occurred. When did the first incident occur? Summarize the defense claims. Prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in that evidence room. That's right, the blood mark on the locker proves this. Very well, then tell us, when did the first incident occur? As Mr. Edgeworth said, proof must be presented. There's only one piece of evidence that can show us that. I believe that would be the ID card. Yes. So let me just check this.
Edgeworth did it.
Yep, Edgeworth did it. Fuck it, I'm blaming Edgeworth. If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had to enter it, and in order to do so, an ID card would have been required. Oh, the ID card record. Officer Meekins brought the blue badger, oh, that's trying to trip me up, panel into the evidence room at, let's see here, 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40 p.m. Miles Edgeworth, just what have you done?
I like how Meekins didn't notice the bloody hand.
Yes! But the thing is, they've established he's enough of a dumbass that he would absolutely, completely miss that there was a bloody handprint on one of the lockers.
Yeah.
Okay. Crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room. Let's look at the chart again. There's only one other card number remaining, 7777777. Talk about a lucky number. But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room? Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with 7777777. Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 7777777. I'm just gonna say 7 by 7 from now on. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card, at least at present. The ID number 7 by 7 belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher, someone who is a so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity. But that's ridiculous. Just how I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority. If an official charge filed against an executive is accepted. An official charge? You're all alike, aren't you, with your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates. I take pride in my work. I would appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself. Let me ask a question. No, not to you, to her, the defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive. Oh, okay. Don't be stupid, she's been charged with murder. Of course, we've looked up her ID number, and it's not 7 by 7. Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident. SL9, answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence? Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor? I love how the witness is asking questions of other witnesses now. At least I did. Huh? I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law. What are you saying? I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look me, an investigator in that crime, in the eye and say that you did? Chief Prosecutor, you didn't. I don't have to, Officer Marshall. Why won't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But Lana, even if it involved forging evidence.
Oh man, I can't wait for next time. The end of this case is... Whew, it's so good.
See, that's what I'm talking about. No. No! Ooh, what a cliffhanger.
A lot of that is really bad. You are right, Chad.
you are right, chat. That is, It's not good.
Then your girlfriend's the dirty cop.
Ah, damn. Can't have shit in Detroit. Wouldn't be the first time a hot girl named Lana disappointed me.
Who was the other one?
Come on, Amelia.
From Archer?
No!
Wait, it took me a second. Sorry. I forgot your standing history. I wasn't thinking of real Lanas. I was thinking
Only of fictional Lanas? Yeah.
I'm so sorry that the other Lana disappointed you.
It's okay. Yeah, yes, Del Rey. That's the one I'm talking about. Chat, for those of you who don't know, I used to be a Lana Del Rey stan. In retrospect, I think it was... Well, I did really like her first album. It's still, like, one of my favorite albums. But I cannot simp for her. I simply cannot. She's too dumb. She's too white. She is too painfully Yakubian for even me to stand behind. It's very unfortunate.
Just found out the song "Video Games" wasn't actually about video games. So disappointed.
It is, and it's about video games, but it's more. It's also about other things. You know, I mean, she does explicitly say video games in the song. I don't know.
Now that Ace Attorney's done, the time is to discuss Lana Del Rey song lyrics clearly.
So, even her stans don't like her, LMAO. That's true. Her stans hate her now because she keeps doing dumb shit they can't defend. Like, every time Lana makes a new post, like, there'll be her stans in the comments being like, Queen, this isn't it. This ain't it. I don't know, like, I remember when she posted the now thoroughly memed I've always loved the way they loved post. All of her fans were roasting her for that. It was amazing. Yeah, it's funny, in retrospect, I always had this weird thing where I was like, I think Lana Del Rey is, like, really pretty, and I'm, like, drawn to her, but, like, I wouldn't say I'm, like, attracted to her. Like, I don't feel any kind of, like, you know, I'm not, like, I don't feel like I'm in love with her. She is just appealing to me in a way that is, like aesthetically. And I realized, like, earlier this year, I was like, oh, I wanted her gender.
Gender envy, it happens to the best of us.
Why did I have... Of all the people whose genders I could want to steal, why did it have to be her? I swear. Being Maguka truly is suffering.
I think I have arguably worse in, like, a very different way. I'll mention it after the stream.
So okay, that's fair. That's fair. You are under no... Just because I air my dirty laundry for content does not mean you have to. You are under no obligation to do so. All right. In that case, I've been stalling for long enough just telling my stupid Lana Del Rey stories. I should wrap up the stream. This was a good stream, though. I had a lot of fun. Always nice to play more Ace Attorney. Looking forward to the conclusion of Turnabout. Oh no, this is a Rise from the Ashes. I also need to get a fucking backlight because my hair keeps blending into the backdrop. So hopefully my lighting setup will be better next time. But anyway, looking forward to it. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Tune in next Saturday. Well, probably next Saturday. I'll try to tweet about it if I have to move it. But hopefully next Saturday for the conclusion of this case. Good night, everyone.